I'm wiped out. I had a really good day at sparring or taekwondo, and I train ITF on the weekends. I have new blisters on my feet, so it's awesome. I feel really good. I did 20 push-ups on my knuckles, you guys, on the hard floor, which is something I've been working towards, you know? And I didn't like have to practice that much. I just did it a few times. It's amazing how quick your body adapts to different textures that you have to interact with. You adapt quick. We did side kicks, kicking drills. We did like agility stuff. We did forward stance and back stance, and like ready stance, of course. And we did hook kicks, and hook kicks are fun. It's weird that ITF and WTF kind of have different styles. So the way that I learned it in class wasn't my favorite way to do it, because you're kind of twisting your body away from where you're kicking, and they say that it gives you more power. I'm like, no, not for me. I don't think I would use that like in a practical situation. I don't think I'd turn away from my opponent like for any reason. But maybe I'm not doing it right. I'm, you know, Dunning-Kruger over here. Like, no, I'm not doing it that way. But then I go to ITF and it's like, he's like saying the same thing. He's like, the kick comes from your hips. Like, why would you use your torso? Like, that's not really helping you very much. And plus then how are you going to, like, well, he talks strategy with me, which is awesome. So I'm not going to give you my secrets. He just taught me like a few like things that he does to throw people off. And so he was saying like, how are you going to, you know, do that if you're doing that? And I was like, yeah, exactly. So he sees it the same way as me, which is really cool. But then, you know, I'm new, so like maybe it's just confirmation bias. Maybe I should ask more people their opinions. But like, it seems like form really matters, but it's interesting that ITF, which is more about form, has like the way that I want to do it, versus WTF, which is more like you don't even use your fists, like you don't even punch, you don't even really learn punches, like you just learn, oh yeah, you know. Whereas he's like teaching me how to throw a punch and like get my hip into it and to drill it like at the end. So it's really helpful. I like working out for 3 hours. I did a really good job. And then we went upstairs and did weights and pull-ups. I still can't do a fucking pull-up. I get stuck at this, like, I can get to here and then my elbows, like, they don't want to lift over that edge. And then if I can get up over that edge, then I'm fine. And then I can do negatives all the way down. But like, it's frustrating. But I'm working for it. I'm working towards it. It hasn't been my highest priority, you know. My highest priority was my legs. Got that down. I can squat my weight. I mean, at my max. I don't always do my max because sometimes it's better just to get the full range of motion accurately as possible, and like get all that, like as many reps as possible, that AMRAP, you know. So sometimes I do pyramids where you like build up to your heaviest and then you drop back down. But my legs are good. I can run like a under 7 minute mile. So I'm feeling good about my legs. And after 6 months of like drinking a bunch of protein powder, my legs are thick. So now I was working on my core after that, because in body work, you start from the bottom and you build your way up, because gravity is always pulling down. So the physics of tension in your body, if nothing else is occurring, then tension in your body should move down through your feet. And if it gets stuck somewhere, like in your back, like in your upper back or your neck or something, then that means that you're not in alignment somewhere below that point. Like the foundation of the kinesiology, like the physiology, isn't strong enough, or it isn't loose enough, or it's not stable enough to let go of that tension, because you should be able to walk it off. Like, your gait should naturally push the tension out through your feet. So I use that concept when I work out, and I think about strengthening everything below the piece that's the weakest, and then strengthen that weak point. So my toes are pretty weak. Like, that's something that I need to run barefoot outside in the sand. I need to get those calf, because the muscles in your feet run all the way up your calf into the back, into the deep part of your calf. So like, your calves won't be very strong without strong feet. And you'll get shin splints from not having the right alignment in your feet. Because your tibialis anterior actually comes down and hooks around and it inserts at the bottom of your foot, right below your first metatarsal. So it's called something like it's just been a while, but I know where it is with my hand. Anyway. I strengthened my core because I've been running and I've been doing Pilates, and I do weights on my ankles when I do Pilates. And now I'm onto my lower back. So we did a lot of lower back exercises today. And some new ones, which I shared earlier, like the Jesus raises. Those were fun. But I forgot to mention that I did like side sit-ups over the yoga ball. So you like lay on the ball on your side with your feet against the wall so you're braced, like you're stable, and then you let yourself fall all the way down, and then you lift yourself up. So that was really fun. It was a really good day. And it's like priceless. Working with somebody that is really skilled in what they do, that's done it their whole life, it's priceless. I'm really grateful. And he pays my way in, like, I don't have to pay. So it's really, really nice. It's really thoughtful. And I always try to get him his drink afterward or something, because we get a smoothie and hang out and talk, and it's just cool. It's really good to treat people well, no matter what. Like, I know that I'm not a perfect example, but in high school, I noticed people, especially if they were like down and out or whatever, and I'd always try to cheer them up. And they remember me, you know, they remember that about me because I saw them. And sometimes all it takes is it's not like getting someone to smile all the time, although I say that, like, oh, I just want them to smile. I just really want them to be understood, to not feel alone in the world. Ooh, don't cry, Alyssa. Because people do so often feel alone, and I don't think that they realize that they're not alone in that feeling. Like, a lot of people feel like that. And I don't mean to diminish how they feel. It's more like, I see you. Like, I see that. And you're not alone. And so now here I am, so lucky to have a friend that trains me on the weekend for doing something I love. And he says that he learns people's personalities by sparring with them. And I believe that. Like, obviously you would learn a lot about people from sparring with them. And so I asked, like, okay, well, what do you see in me? You know, now I want to know. And he was like, well, I see someone who's really eager to learn. And I was like, oh, nailed it. Fucking nailed it.